So I'm stopping at PetSmart while I kind of talk to you guys. Just need your advice on something. Um, I'm staying at the Extended Stay America in Downers Grove, Illinois, and there is a lady at night that um, she's considered like the night laundry lady. And while I've asked questions the past week about can I have an extra room card? I forgot my card in the room and stuff like I've extended it another night. Can you update it in my system? Things of that nature. She's been very rude, very rude to me, very short-answered and stuff. And I started thinking about this gender preference stuff. I went up to her several times just to ask questions, and she's like, "Yeah, okay, yeah. What's your point?" Basically, this whole attitude facade over and over and over again. And it's been every single night because I work the second shift. I come in late, and I witnessed her talking to another guest. And me being Caucasian and him being African American, she treated him with the most utmost respect. I mean, that you could possibly deal with. He was sitting down, very athletic, kind of buff guy. She just came right up to him and just, "Hey, what's going on?" Yeah, telling my whole life story and stuff. And she's like super respectful to the guy. But when I come up and I ask her a question, she's like, "Okay," smacking, short answered, very disrespectful. And it's happened several times. So the other night I come in and she was in a laundry room because she's considered the night laundry girl. And I said, "Look, I want to let you know that I've extended it another night. Can you leave a note for the lady in the morning to update it in the computer system?" And she said, "I guess, yeah, fine, I'll do it." And she goes and she writes this note down. And I said, "Can I get a second card so I don't have to keep bothering you at night?" And she's like, "Oh, okay, all right." And then somebody called up on the phone and said, um, whatever they were asking on the phone. And she immediately was like, "Hello, okay, yeah, okay." And then hung up the phone. And I'm thinking to myself, what the heck is going on with this girl? What has happened in her life to make her treat, especially the few times that I've seen her interact with certain races better? She's Caucasian, but she doesn't treat Caucasian people with any kind of respect. I mean, like, none at all. Not just me. There were other people I've seen her interact with that she just has no respect for them at all. But when it comes to like African American people or something like that, well, the only other people I've seen her deal with are African American people. She has all the respect in the world. Like, something's happened to her by somebody of Caucasian color or something in the past that have to deal with gender preference stuff. Do we still have to deal with the mistreatment of different people based on color and what their preferences are, sexually and gender-wise and disability-wise and stuff? I mean, I went on dates with women that have disabilities and treated them no different than anybody else. And actually, with how we treat people, and when you're a customer service environment, you can't afford to treat people differently because in that aspect, you can lose your job. I mean, it's just as simple as that. And I spoke to the manager. I get it. Like, yeah, we've had a problem. Like, he's not correcting the problem. And then this happened again last night. And I woke up this morning and I talked to the team lead that was on shift behind the desk. And she said, "You know what? You need to call corporate because we've been having the same problem with this girl, very disrespectful to certain people." And she said, I don't know what to do about it other than to tell you my manager's not going to take care of it for you. He hasn't, and many people have complained. You need to call corporate because people just are not calling corporate." And I was like, you know what? I think this is something that I should do. And I completely specified when I called corporate, I don't want this girl to lose her job. I don't want to, that's not okay to treat people that through corporate. And she said, "I get it. I do get it." And she said, "I'll definitely escalate this higher to upper management here at the corporate level and get a hold of that manager." And I said, the first step in anything is coaching. You coach somebody first. You don't just completely push them out of their job, especially if you find them a valuable employee. You coach them first to fix the problem, and then you look to terminating. But I don't very ethical. It's a good practice, and you're right. We all should be treating each other the same, regardless of what's happened to us. And I said, look, I said, ma'am, I'm going to tell you just quick. I was abused by a woman my whole entire life. I was in foster care. I was exposed to drugs. I was hurt in the military and stuff, but I don't come back and hold these things against other people. And I definitely don't let myself be a statistic in life to where it has to show and shine on other people. So I'm still thinking to myself, is gender preference, is racial preference still a thing? It doesn't make any sense to me for this to be a factor. Because somebody's done something to you in your life doesn't mean everybody of that color is going to do something like that to you in your life. There's a lady on Facebook that follows me. She's a Facebook friend of mine, and I want to say about 4 months ago, she put a post up that said, "I just can't stand white people anymore. I wish I can only date a black man." And I'm thinking to myself, what is this all about? I mean, you're already Caucasian. You're white. Why would you say something like this? I mean, give everybody a fair chance. Don't discriminate. And then I kind of got to the bottom of it, and I said, what kind of statement is this? I mean, I don't understand what you're trying to prove here. You have white friends on here, but yet you're making it seem like you don't want to be friends with white people. You don't want to date white people. You don't want to associate with white people. And she says, well, Caucasian people just don't understand me. What do you mean Caucasian people don't understand you? Of course they understand you. They may not want to act like you or listen to the music that you listen to or dress like you or talk like you, but that doesn't mean they don't understand you. I mean, I've lived in the hood. I've lived with an African American family. My mother, I tell you guys to this day, my mother's African American. She's my foster mother. I understand exactly how different people live and of different ethnicities and the different foods and stuff that they eat and things like that. But what I don't understand is when people make blanket statements like, "Oh, white people don't understand me. I can't associate with white people, or I can't date a white guy," or something like that. It's just, I mean, I don't understand these things. There are things that still don't click in my mind, to where people build up this facade, this wall, this image or something of what they think reality is, and that's not what it is. Well, in my eyes, that's not what it is. I just don't understand. Is this really a thing? Is this always going to get worse? Is this going to keep happening? It's very concerning to me in general. Why can't we just treat everybody the same? Why can't we have the same customer service for everybody? Why can't we do these things? But yet, I still find people today, they're just like, you know, that would be like me saying, I'm not going to do YouTube videos for white people. I'm not going to give nutritional advice for white people, and I'm not going to give any white people respect. But everybody else, I'm okay with that. That makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense at all, and it's kind of where this video expanded from. I'm still seeing this, and it's happening more and more and more, and I just don't understand why we let society do this to us, and where we build up these walls, these images, and this way of wanting to approach life and stuff in general based on color and religion and gender and sexual orientation and disabilities, and it doesn't make any sense to me. And that's what this lady at this motel, basically something's happened to her to where she needs some help. She might need counseling or something like that, or she just may need somebody to reach out to her and say, look, what do you need to get past this? Maybe we can look into some therapy or something like that to figure out why you're Caucasian and you treat other Caucasian different than everybody else. Why are Caucasian people or people in general not of importance to you to treat like everybody else? Let's get to the bottom of it. Let's get some therapy going so we can fix this issue, because this is not normal in society. It's not accepted. But I don't know. I've just noticed the big mistreatment here, and unfortunately I had to call corporate today to let it be known, but it's just, these things are not cool, guys. Really not cool. But that's my story. Leave me your thoughts below on whether or not you think that I should have called corporate, whether or not I could have approached the situation differently. I tried to be very respectful, very kind. I reach out to the location manager first and the team lead to see if they can fix the problem, yet the team lead admitted today that the problem won't be fixed, and things have been said to her before and it just hasn't changed, or Maybe I should have just dealt with it and let it go and moved on. I mean, what do you think should have happened? Please leave your comments below. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm getting off here right now.